Hey guys, wanted to come to you on the first episode of Josh's JabGrab. Grab the jab before it hits you. So, wanted to come to you today. I was reading an article. I absolutely love these articles. The ones that talk about how cold calling is dead. It's not something you should do. You're wasting your time. There's no money to be made. I'm coming to you today to tell you that's bullshit. And I want to talk to you today about some of the things that I read in the article and, give me your feedback as well. Comment on the post, comment on the YouTube video, comment your thoughts as well. But, one of the things that I read on there was 1% of cold calls ultimately convert into appointments, according to a study by the Keller Research Center at Baylor University, right? So we got 1% of cold calls ultimately convert. I don't know how they came up with those numbers, because I know for us, in our numbers, ours converted about 3%, right? So most will say at 3%, that means 97% of the people aren't interested. That's 100% correct. That's 100% correct. But the thing is I don't look at that. I look at 3% of the people are interested. So it all depends on the amount of calls that you're making. If you're making 10 calls and you're probably not going to get anyone interested, that's your fault, right? But if you make 100 calls, it's all about volume. If you make 100 calls, you're going to be able to get 3 people interested. If you make 200 calls, you're going to be able to get 6 people interested. If you make 300 calls, you're going to be able to get 9 people interested. Bullshit. But then here's another statistic. Only 28% of those cold called engage in conversations. Let's think about that. 28%. That is an astronomical number. So they're trying to basically push people away from cold calling, but in this it says 28% of the people actually engage in conversation. For us it's probably more close to 10%. If I had 28% of the people engage in conversation, our numbers would be a lot higher than 3%. 28% of those cold called engage in conversation, right? So they're trying to veer people away. You just need to be able to get better at your skill. If you can talk to 28 people out of 100 calls, you need to be able to increase your skill. And if you're not converting even at 3%, if you're not converting at 5% with 28% of the people, you seriously need to be able to work on your training as far as being able to cold call, because I'm sorry, but if you can't convert at those numbers, you suck. You need to be able to get better. So again, bullshit, right? And then in this one, it says around 9 out of 10 top level business-to-business decision makers simply do not respond. Right? So they're saying 90% of the people do not respond to any type of cold outreach, right? But that's 10% of the people that actually do. What if we take a look at mailers? People direct mailing and sending mail to people's mailboxes. Their response rate is about 1%. Think about that. 1% of direct mailers people respond to. Email, perfect example, right? You hope to get 1% response rate. Right? You hope to get 10% open rate just for people reading it. But in this, around 9 out of 10 top-level business-to-business decision makers simply do not respond to cold outreach anymore. That means 10% of the people are. That's an unbelievable statistic, and that's absolutely going to make you money. Bullshit. Right? 50% of sales time is wasted in unproductive prospecting. Right? Why? Because people are saying no? That's not unproductive. You're being able to brand yourself. You're being able to brand your company. That means 50% of the time you're actually taking place in productive prospecting, right? All of these numbers don't make sense because they're saying 1% of people actually are interested, but 28% of the people will actually engage in conversation, right? 50% of the people are wasting time on unproductive prospecting. Bullshit.